"Don't touch her, she's my wife," shouted the millionaire, and his voice trembled in front of everyone. She just wanted to do her job in peace, but that night would change everything Amanda Olivares thought about her future. Amanda balanced the silver tray carefully as she crossed the main hall of the Belmont Hotel in Mexico City. At 30 years old, she had been working as a waitress for 3 years since she had to leave nursing school to take care of her sick grandmother. The hall was decorated with white and gold flower arrangements, and more than 200 guests dressed in expensive clothes chatted in groups. It was a charity party organized by the city's elite. She was near the main table when she tripped slightly on a rug. The tray wobbled, but Amanda managed to hold it. Unfortunately, a few drops of champagne fell on the light blue dress of a tall woman with impeccable blonde hair and shiny jewelry. The woman turned with her eyes full of rage. "Useless!" she shouted, drawing everyone's attention. "Do you know how much this dress costs?" Amanda felt her face burn. "Forgive me, ma'am. It was an accident." "You can't do anything." The woman approached with her face red with fury. "People like you shouldn't even be here." Amanda lowered her head, squeezing the empty tray tightly. The hall fell silent. Everyone was watching. The blonde woman raised her hand, ready to hit Amanda in the face, but before the blow arrived, someone grabbed her wrist firmly. "Don't touch her." The voice was deep, controlled, but trembling. Amanda looked up and saw a tall man in an impeccable black suit, dark hair, slightly gray, and intense brown eyes. He held the blonde woman's wrist firmly, but without hurting her. "Sergio, what are you doing?" The blonde woman tried to break free, but he didn't let her. "Don't touch her, Isabella. She's my wife." The entire hall seemed to shudder with those words. Amanda opened her eyes, confused. She had never seen this man in her life. Sergio Gallardo looked into Amanda's eyes, and for a brief moment she saw something she didn't expect: recognition and also fear. "Sergio, have you gone crazy?" Isabella let out a nervous laugh. "That woman is a waitress." Sergio released Isabella's wrist and stood in front of Amanda like a shield. "She's worth more than all of you together in this hall, and if anyone here thinks they can humiliate her, they'll have to answer to me." Amanda was paralyzed. Her heart was beating hard. She didn't understand anything. Sergio extended his hand toward Amanda. "Let's go," he said gently. Amanda looked at his hand. It had calluses on the palms, something strange for someone so elegant. She hesitated, but something in his expression made her trust. Amanda took his hand. Sergio guided her out of the hall under everyone's astonished gazes. When they passed through the double doors, Amanda could finally speak. "Who are you?" Sergio stopped in the empty hallway and took a deep breath. When he looked at her again, there were tears in his eyes. "Amanda, don't you remember me?" She frowned. There was something familiar in that face, but she couldn't identify it. "No, I don't remember." Sergio closed his eyes for a moment, as if that hurt him physically. "I'm Sergio Gallardo, and 11 years ago you saved my life." Amanda sat on a marble bench in the hallway trying to process what she had just heard. "You saved my life," Sergio repeated. "On Insurgentes Avenue. It was a rainy night. You were 19 years old and I was 30. I was going to cross the street without looking. You pulled me back before a truck ran me over." Amanda closed her eyes, trying to remember. "No, I don't remember." "Forgive me." Sergio gave a sad smile. "I imagined you wouldn't remember. It was just a moment for you, but for me it was everything. That night I was lost. My father had just died. I had inherited his company, but I didn't know if I could handle it. I was so distracted I didn't even see the truck. You saved me and then asked me if I was okay. You smiled and told me, "Take care, life is worth it," and you left. Amanda felt a knot in her chest. Those words gave me strength to move forward. I always wanted to find you to thank you. It took me years to find you, and when I finally found you 3 months ago, you were working here. You found me 3 months ago? Why didn't you talk to me before? Sergio looked at the floor. Because I saw your life was difficult. You had left university, you worked 3 jobs, you took care of your grandmother, and I had everything. I thought it would be unfair to appear in your life and tell you that you had saved the man who now had everything you deserved to have. But today, when I saw that woman about to hit you, I couldn't stay quiet. I wasn't going to let anyone hurt you. Why did you say I'm your wife? Sergio blushed a little. It was the first thing that came to mind. Isabella is influential and cruel. If I had said you were a friend, she would have found a way to hurt you. But if I said you were my wife, no one would dare. And now everyone believes I'm your wife. This is going to bring you problems. Let it bring them. I don't care. Sergio, I don't know what to say. I only did what anyone would have done. But most people don't do it. You did. And that changed everything for me. What's going to happen now? I still need to work. You don't need to work here ever again. I want to help you. I want you to go back to studying. I want to give you the opportunity you deserve. I don't want charity. It's not charity. It's gratitude. It's justice. You gave me a second chance. Let me give you one too. Amanda took a deep breath. I need to think about it. Okay? Sergio took a card from his pocket. This is my number. When you're ready to talk, call me. Thank you for defending me. Thank you for saving me. Even though you don't remember, you changed my life. 3 days passed before Amanda called Sergio. On the morning of the 4th day, while preparing breakfast for her grandmother, she dialed the number. Sergio answered on the second ring. Amanda. How did you know it was me? I was waiting. Can I pick you up? They met at Café El Jarocho in Coyoacán. Sergio arrived wearing jeans and a simple shirt. Thank you for calling. I've thought a lot. And I have conditions. If you want to help me return to university, I accept, but as a loan. I also need to keep working part-time. My grandmother needs medicines. Sergio nodded. I understand. But what if I have a different proposal? At the party, I said you were my wife. That caused a big commotion. I was thinking, what if we pretended it's true? What? Just for a while. 6 months, maybe a year. You would be my wife in the eyes of the world. You would live in my house. You would accompany me to some events. In return, I would pay for your studies, take care of your grandmother's health, and give you a monthly amount. You want me to pretend to be your wife? Why? My family has been pressuring me to get married. Now everyone believes I finally got married. And that solved many problems. It would be good for both of us. You would have financial security. I would have peace. And when time passes, we'll say it didn't work out. Sergio, this is crazy. I know, but I promise it would only be a partnership. No expectations, no pressures. You would have your own room, your privacy. I just need someone authentic, and you are. Amanda looked at him. There was honesty in those eyes. Give me a week. But when Amanda returned home and saw her grandmother taking generic medicines that barely worked, when she looked at the accumulated bills, she knew her answer wouldn't take a week. Amanda called Sergio the next day. I accept, but with some rules. Whatever rules you want. They met at Sergio's house, a modern mansion in Polanco. They sat in the living room, and Amanda took out a sheet of paper. First, I want my own bedroom with a lock. Second, my grandmother comes to live with us. Third, I continue studying. Fourth, this is just a partnership, no romance. When the year ends, each goes their own way. And fifth, we always tell each other the truth. No lies between us. Agreed, Sergio said, extending his hand. We have a deal. Amanda squeezed his hand. We have a deal. In the following days, Amanda's life changed quickly. Her grandmother Carmela was transferred to the mansion with first-class care. Amanda received a beautiful bedroom with a garden view. Grandma, I have to tell you something. Sergio and I aren't really married. It's an agreement to help us. Carmela took her granddaughter's hand and smiled. I know, my girl. You know? I see how you look at each other, how he respects you. Maybe it's not a real marriage now, but there's something real there. Grandma, it's just a partnership. If you say so. But the heart has its own plans. Her first public appearance would be at Sergio's mother's birthday. Doña Beatriz, the matriarch of the Gallardo family, was known for being elegant and demanding. The party was at her house in Cuernavaca. When they arrived, hand in hand, all eyes turned to them. Doña Beatriz received them with a polite smile. So, you're the famous Amanda? At the end of the night, when Amanda was alone in the garden, Doña Beatriz approached. Do you love him? She asked directly. Amanda froze. Yes, she lied. Doña Beatriz estudió su, then smiled. Good answer, but it wasn't convincing. Whatever happens, I see there's respect, and that's more than many marriages have. Take care of my son, Amanda. 3 months had passed since their agreement. The routine had been established naturally. Amanda resumed her studies, and Sergio adjusted his schedules to have dinner together. Carmela flourished with the care. Amanda realized she was spending more time thinking about Sergio, about how he smiled, about the care with which he treated Carmela, about how his eyes shone when she entered.